Welcome to Timber Windows of Clifton. I'm here just quickly to show you the bare bones of our products and how they're manufactured. I'll start with how they're manufactured. So this is a cross section of one of our flush casement windows. You can see it's double glazed, 24mm argon gas filled units we've got here. The timber is engineered, and by that we mean we flip the grains around like this to resist warping, twisting and sticking. They come completely fully factory finished, so they've been dipped in primer and then spray painted with this micro porous paint, which basically means it's really breathable and hard wearing. The paint alone has a 12-year guarantee. So yeah, that's a kind of a cross section. It's a casement window, but of course it depends. It's the same theory across all of our range, whether it's a door, a window, a bifold. So I'll take you first of all I'll start with lipped casement windows here. So lipped, otherwise known as storm-proof, some people call them. They protrude slightly from the frame, as you can see, as opposed to something that's flush like this, where it's completely flat. Sorry, that's my dog. So this is the inside of the lipped casement window. The lipped casement window hinge system is a friction hinge, which means when you open it, it kind of stops wherever you leave it. Something to notice when you're gathering various quotations for timber double glazed things is that the glass so this is the outside of any of our glazed units, looks just like a simple putty line. Then the inside is where the glass is beaded. So we put this beading on internally as opposed to externally, which a lot of places do. Firstly for security, because if that was on the outside, it's not very secure, and also for weathering, because you don't want anywhere for water to sit and potentially start to erode the window. In between the double glazed units, we have these grey spacer bars that are matte grey rather than a black that you'd find often on a PVC and some other timber windows. Ours are just a simple matte grey. They look like a shadow. Anyway, sorry, back to this window here. So this one has got friction hinges. All of our windows have multi-point locking systems. So in this instance, you've got one there, one there, one there, and they feed all the way through. My dog is really ruining this video. So same theory with the flush casement windows. Shh, could you stop scratching, please? These have friction hinges, but they've also got the option of a more conventional hinge, which is the sort with a peg stay, which I'll show you in a second. But again, this particular sample has a friction hinge on it. I've stuck 90-degree hinges so they can open completely out like that. I'll take you now onto our cottage casement window, which is very similar, but it doesn't have a central mullion, firstly. So this bit here, as opposed to the flush casement, which does have one, this window doesn't, which means it lets the most possible amount of light in. They've got slightly smaller inner frames as well, so they're designed really for windows that haven't got very big apertures. This particular window doesn't have the friction hinge option. They're conventional, so they've got a peg stay and a handle. Again, though, it is still multi-point locking system. So here's a bit more of a traditional looking window. Now you can put this hinge system on the flush casement if preferred, if you like the look of it better. Now this one's got our monkey tail handles. This is a kind of an overview of our timber windows. Oh, one thing to show you is that you can put a Kenrick locking point here. So you can include this to any of our windows where you can lock them ever so slightly open for ventilation too. Whilst I'm here too, they're all double sealed. So you can see this usual seal here, and there's this extra stuff called Culon, which is like a foamy texture, and it expands round when you close the window to give it a completely tight seal. We can put trickle vents on the top of them as well, but I think I'll save that for another video because otherwise it will just go on and on and on. So that's an overview of windows. This is a deco casement window, very 30s, got the decorative stuff on it. And this is my dog that seems to be ruining my videos.